Hello, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Come on, give it to me. Welcome to the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. My name is Sekou McMiller. I am the curator of special projects. Is anyone's first time here today? Welcome, welcome. Anyone been here before? Yes, so if it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back home. And now if it's your first time, I should have said this first. This is your new home. So I hope to see you. We hope to see you again. National Jazz Museum, we do a lot of public programming, and it's all free. And one of our things that we've been doing lately that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because we just had it installed, we're doing an artist in residency where we invite artists of a jazz-adjacent artist, whether they are fashion artists or photographers or painters or poets even, and we give them the space free of charge to display their work. So if you look to the sides of you, either left or right, this is a new exhibit that's in by Sekou Luke. Someone has my same namesake. His name is Sekou Luke. On this side here, it's from a collection that he did during the pandemic. In 2020, where he just got inspired and just took pictures in Harlem. He called Notes from Harlem. He took them just to keep himself sane. You know, during that time, we did a lot of different things to keep ourselves, you know, intact in different sorts of ways. So this is a whole series here. It just open. It's going to be open to the public this coming, when we open to the public, which is on Thursday. We're open on Thursdays through Saturdays if you just want to come through and hang out. A lot of times we have concerts during the day, like on a Thursday. And we always have our public programming like in the evening, normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it can also go on any given evening. So if you check our website at njmh.org, you can see all of our amazing programming. On this side, this is a series called, what is it called again? Oh, Unscripted. So this is a series in which they interview these are all songwriters. Some of them you might recognize. I know that there's Nona Hendricks is there. Andre DeShields is there. Jon Batiste, our artistic director of the Jazz Museum, is there as well. I forgot Valerie Simpson. Yes, is there as well. However, if you look on right here against this little pillar there, that's this little movable pillar, there's a QR code to download an app. And once you open that app, you point it towards the picture, and you get a AR experience where there's a video, there's interviews, there's like this whole thing. So if you, like, once the concert is over, you want to stick around just for maybe a couple of seconds and just check it out, or come back another day and check out this amazing exhibit by Sekou Luke that we are housing here at the museum, free of charge to him, and also there will be an activation later in the month. The way that we are able to do these kind of programs is through generous donations from our patrons, also from city and public funding. So if you would like to give a small donation on your way out or during the concert at the front desk, feel free. However, you are not obligated, but it's always appreciated. Cool. So back to the night at hand. So as a curator of special projects, amongst other duties and responsibilities, I have the distinct honor of overseeing and mentoring our 2024 Jazz Is Now Curatorial Fellows. This is a program that was initiated and developed by our Artistic Director, Jon Batiste, and is made possible by the generous funds, or generous grants, from the New York Community Trust Van Leer Fellowship Program. So, for tonight's program, I have the honor and distinct pleasure of introducing one of our fellows as he does his second curation here at the museum. His first curation was his band, and they blew the house. They blew the roof off the house. Yes, who was here? Who was, okay, there we go, testifies right there. Yes, and tonight is promising to be just as great and on that level of an epic event. So without further ado, you don't want to hear me, you didn't come to see me, but I am Sekou McMillan. I'm the curator of special projects. This is the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. Welcome to our home, and please welcome Mr. Luther S. Allison, our 2024 Jazz is Now Curatorial Fellow.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. How you feeling? Familiar faces in the house. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming and spending. Oh, snap. Sorry, everybody. Got thrown off. But thank you so much for coming and spending your Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Your Tuesday evening with us. You didn't have to come here, but you chose to come in. We really appreciate that very much. As Sekou just mentioned, I am one of the fellows for this year with the Jazz is Now Curatorial Fellowship. And so this is my second curation that I have through the museum. My first one was with my sextet a few weeks ago, and the second one is featuring a very, very close friend of mine who I'll give a little bit of background before I bring them out. We first met on our first record date together, which we're actually going to play some of the music that we recorded on that. I think we were, I don't know, maybe 18 or 19 years old. We were pretty young when we first met. So maybe, I think it's been 10 years now that I think about it. And through the years, I've been able to watch him grow and develop as not only a musician, not only a saxophonist, but also as an arranger, as a composer, as a curator in his own right, as an educator. I've seen him in many, many different realms artistically. And we've actually had the opportunity when we moved to New York to work together at an incredible school called the Calhoun School, which is in the Upper West Side, not too far from here. And I got to see him firsthand teach as a composer, as an arranger, teach saxophone, teach guitar. He's picked up some other instruments in the meantime, pick up some drums and some piano. But as I've been able to see him develop here in New York City, I believe that he truly reflects the spirit of musicians here. I feel like a lot of the artists who are highlighted in the New York City scene oftentimes come from out of town. They come from Florida, they might come from Philadelphia, they might come from California, they might come from all over the place. And so Markus Howell was actually born and raised in Deerfield Beach, Florida. I believe he went to Dillard High School, which is actually an illustrious high school down in South Florida, where many incredible musicians up here in the city attended. And eventually, soon after, went to Michigan State University, where he earned his bachelor's and master's in music performance, studying saxophone. And since then, he's gone on to perform with Michael Bublé, and he still tours with Michael Bublé to this day. Immediately after moving to New York City, he got the chair in the Count Basie Orchestra, the legendary Count Basie Orchestra. And now he's here with us today with his quintet. So I'm actually going to join him on the piano as well, which is a great honor for me. But anyways, without any further ado, I would love to bring out my close friend, incredible saxophonist, and incredible person. Give it up for the one and only Markus Howell.
All right. Good evening. How y'all feeling, Harlem? All right, all right. It's great to see so many faces. I see some familiar faces in the back. Thank you all so much for coming, everyone. My name is Markus Howell. This is the Markus Howell Quintet. I'll go ahead and introduce everyone. And to my left, this gentleman, we actually today thought that we met at essentially Ellington way back in high school, but it turns out I'm just a little older, which makes me feel a little older, but it's okay. But this brother next to me playing trumpet, we met playing with Jason Marshall's big band at Minton's, pre-COVID, PC. And from the first note I heard him, I was like, man, I got to play with this cat at some point. And this is our first time playing together outside of that setting. How about a hand for Camerahn Alforque on the trumpet? Continuing on my left, this brother we met at room 623 here in Harlem. We didn't really hit it off too good at first, just because we didn't connect. It was just a how you doing, brother? Good to see you kind of thing. And then after that, I was like, man, I've been hearing about this cat a lot. And then we met through a mutual friend. I got his number, and I was like, man, I got to call this cat. And he's just tearing it up on the drums, you know, doing three gigs at Smalls sometimes, you know, doing all kind of stuff around the city, traveling all over the world. This brother's from H-Town, Houston. How about putting your hands together for Jerome Gillespie on the drums? This gentleman here on the bass, I actually met here. Probably one. That's right. That is right. So it's funny because we text not too long ago. We texted and we realized, whoa, we hadn't texted in that long. This was probably like 2019 or so, somewhere in there. And when I first heard him here, I was like, man, this guy's swinging. I really love his beat. And yeah, I've just been calling him and calling him and calling him, and he's been available, and it's just an honor to play with him. And he's a cat that's in demand. How about putting your hand together for Marty Jaffe on the bass? Now, we saved the worst for last. I'm just joking. So this is my brother here. And first of all, as you all know, Luther is responsible for curating events like this, and which is why you all are here today. And as he said earlier, we've seen the world together. We have spent time together, have lived together. I've cleaned his dishes. And we lived together, went to grad school and college at Michigan State together. We moved here to New York City together. He was the best man in my wedding, and I'm going to be the best man in his wedding coming up soon. And and the beautiful thing about this brother is, music or not, we are best friends. And that means the world to me. And how about putting your hands together for Luther S. Allison on the piano? So that first number was a Cedar Walton composition called Martha's Prize, one of my favorite tunes. And that second one was a tune called Tintindeyo. Dizzy Gillespie made that famous. Who's not the original composer, but he's part of making that song what it is. And I love the root of that coming from the African American, or just African root, with that gong, 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 gong. That's where it's all at. Yes, yes. So we're going to continue and pay tribute to one of our living legends who is no longer with us, but I speak of the great Mr. Roy Hargrove. And yes, you can clap on that, So this is the tune that I actually fell in love with. This is a tune on his record, Tenors of Our Time. And he plays this, I believe, with Joe Henderson. We were talking about it in the back. But this is a tune that he plays on that record, which is actually written by a woman named Pamela Watson. This is a beautiful number entitled Once Forgotten. We hope you enjoy Once Forgotten. Roy Hargrove, Pamela Watson. Now we are going to move to the pen of myself. And this is a very exciting time for me because I am releasing a new record, or album, as they say. Yes, thank you. And it actually is being released on June 14th, but the first single will be released this Friday. And this number that we're about to play now is the only tune that we're going to play tonight that is on that CD. And the record is called Chosen Path. And without going too far into it, it's basically about, since the pandemic for myself personally, ups and downs, as we all have dealt with over the pandemic, how to respond to those ups and downs, and you deciding and choosing your path on that journey. And I feel like part of my mission on this earth is to share the wisdom that I do have with you all in that regard. And this tune on that record is actually I call it Hurry Up and Wait. And the older I get, I'm realizing what my grandma used to tell me, take your time. My grandma used to tell me all the time, she used to say, boy, you're going to buy something you can't eat one day. And I was like, Grandma, what she meant? She said that to tell me to take care of myself while I'm young, so that when I get older, God willing, I won't, deal with so many other things as a result. But this is me telling myself, hey, young blood, slow down, relax. This is Hurry Up and Wait. We hope you enjoy Hurry Up and Wait. Whew, I told you to fasten your seatbelts. That's a hard tune. Hurry up and wait. So, now along with that, kind of tied in, this next number is from my first record, but it kind of ties in with Chosen Path as well. This song deals with everyone has some inner struggles that they deal with. And that's what this song is about. And it's about wrestling with those inner struggles and dealing with them face on, whether it's fear, whether it's family, personal, whatever it may be. And I specifically wrote this to try to emulate that as best as I can, like a movie, really. And I like to call this song Inner Being. So, after dealing with all the inner spiritual stuff that you're dealing with, I grew up in the church, and what I know is to take it to the Lord in prayer. So this is a tune that I actually wrote that I'd like to play in response to the inner being. I'd like to give some of the brothers a break, and Luther and I were going to play a composition that I wrote. This is entitled Faithful. We hope you enjoy. Y'all got time for one more? All right, Luther Allison on the piano. Woo. Camerahn Alforque on the trumpet. Marty Jaffe on the bass. Jerome Gillespie on the drums. So you deal with your inner being, you deal with the struggles. You go to your source, because without a source, you have no life. There's no power without a source. And then once you get rejuvenated from your source, you then get right. So this is my number, composition that I wrote, which is the title track to my first album. This is called Get Right. And we're going to need your help on this. Clapping your hands, stomping your foot, shaking the toe, whatever you want to do. This This is Get Right. We hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. And I would like to also say before you climb, I'm sorry, if you would like to take a portion of myself home with you, you can do so. And the best way to support musicians, all of us up here, is through our music, supporting the music. But I do have CDs available. If you would like to support myself in so doing so, I would appreciate it. No pressure. But I will say nobody in the world has this right now. Nobody. So if you get a copy home, take it home with you, and I sign it for you, nobody will have it until June 14th. All right? Thank you all so much for being here. It's been such a pleasure. I want to thank the National Jazz Museum of Harlem for having me, and Luther for having me, Sekou, Ryan, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here, being such a great audience. It's been fun playing for you all. Have you all had a good time? Yeah. All right. So stay tuned. You can follow me on social media, Markus Howell Music, Markus Howell with a K, Markus Howell Music everywhere. And we're going to take you home with a little Get Right. We hope you enjoy. Allison on the piano. Camerahn Alforque on the trumpet. Jerome Gillespie on the drums. Marty Jaffe on the bass. Thank you so much. My name is Markus Howell. I'm hanging out after. Love to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. Have a safe trip home. Love you. Good night.
Markus Howell, give it up for him. As he said,